Atherosclerotic vascular disease is the leading cause of mortality in most parts of the world, including Europe, and LDL is one of the most important risk factors for atherosclerosis. Recently, the 2017 cardiovascular disease statistics in Europe were announced, and there they looked at the most important population attributable risk factors for heart disease, and they found that hypertension, LDL cholesterol, smoking, and dietary habits were one of the most important risk factors. We know today that LDL is important both for the initiation and progression of disease. Recently, we're publishing a consensus paper on causality of LDL, showing that LDL is definitely causal. There is the biology there's the genetic research showing it, Mendelian randomization trials showing how important it is, randomized control trials showing LDL decreases lead to decrease in cardiovascular events, the epidemiology, as well as intravascular ultrasound studies. So the evidence is there. We know that LDL is causal, and reducing LDL by whatever means decreases cardiovascular disease. Diet and lifestyle are so important. They're not only important for cardiovascular disease prevention, but most chronic diseases like cancer are also affected by poor diet or poor lifestyle measures. So diet and lifestyle are extremely important. When we mean healthy lifestyle choices, we mean that the patient should try not to put on weight, should be at ideal weight, should consume as much as possible without putting on weight, fruits, vegetables, fish, nuts, legumes, as well as abstain from smoking totally, moderate alcohol, stay away from sugary drinks, and also salt as much as possible. Regular physical exercise will complement this, and of course, decreasing saturated fats and trans fats plays also an important role. Dietary measures in general should be implemented in everyone with or without cholesterol medications, with or without cardiovascular disease. Having said that, what about plant stanols and sterols? Well, recently the European Atherosclerosis Society put together all the evidence there was about these functional foods and put a consensus paper together. And in that paper, although there were no randomized controlled trials addressing this issue, it was concluded that these agents decrease your LDL cholesterol about 8 to 10% without any side effects. So they can be used as a complement to healthy diet. In patients with low and moderate risk, they can be used as complements to healthy diet. And in patients who are already taking medication, they can be used as an extra addition to help to get to goal. First of all, decrease dietary saturated fats and trans fats. Second, increase fiber intake. And third, stop smoking. Well, atherosclerotic vascular disease is the #1 killer, and you want to help people. But when we were in medical school, the mechanisms leading to atherosclerosis were not well elucidated, and there wasn't much you could do about it. Around the time of my training, suddenly, one by one, the mechanisms were revealed. There was the statin revolution. So during my training, I was actually exposed to it, and before my very eyes, saw the field unfold, and now we know so much more than we used to 30 years ago. So I still find the field fascinating, and I think that we haven't elucidated all the mechanisms and everything there is to know, but I think the future is very bright in the field.